Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah wa ba'd. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. The President of the Republic of the Philippines, President Rodrigo Duterte, Secretary Jesus Doresa Opap, the Senate President of the Senate of the Philippines, Senate President Coco Pimentel, Speaker Pantaleon Alvarez of the House, Lower House of the Congress, members of the Senate, members of the Lower House, the Cabinet Secretary and the Cabinet members, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Brother Murad, Chairman of the MILF, and members of the Central Committee of the MILF, Brother Yusuf Jikiri, Chairman of the MNLF, and members of the Central Committee of the MNLF, distinguished guests, our friends in the media, ladies and gentlemen. It is 4 months since the Bangsamoro Transition Commission officially began its task, crafting the Bangsamoro Basic Law, which started during the plenary session in Cotabato City on March 6, 2017. And finally, the Bangsamoro Transition Commissioners signed the draft Basic Law on June 16, 2017, or 3 months and 10 days to be exact. Mr. President, we can still remember the exhortation you made to us during the launching of the expanded Bangsamoro Transition Commission, which was held on February 24, 2017 in Davao City. Allow me to quote you, Mr. President, and I quote, "You put your hearts into it," unquote. You said so, Mr. President. And that is precisely what we did as a collegial body of the Bangsamoro Transition Commission. And so today, we are submitting the proposed Bangsamoro Basic Law, wherein we put our energy, dedication, collective intellect, and with one singular interest, and that of the Bangsamoro people. Conscious of the need for the implementation of signed agreements, particularly the Comprehensive Agreement on the Bangsamoro, or CAB, we have made this new proposed BBL faithful to the letter and spirit of the CAB and considerate of other agreements gained through decades of peace process, such as the Tripoli Agreement and the final peace agreement. In fact, the proposed Bangsamoro Basic Law is now more inclusive, being a product of a commission whose composition also reflects the widest inclusivity of all important stakeholders in the prospective Bangsamoro. Again, let me quote you, Mr. President, and I quote, "Navigate the hindrances and obstructions," unquote. You also told us that, Mr. President. Time, resources, and unexpected events may have caused us difficulties, but these factors have been overcome by the Bangsamoro Transition Commission because we simply cannot allow these things to hinder or obstruct us in the performance you mandated us, Mr. President. We believe that the new proposed Bangsamoro Basic Law reflects the diversity of interests of the Bangsamoro people, non-Bangsamoro indigenous people, and settler communities. Yet, these interests are all united under one goal of establishing a just, dignified, and lasting peace in the Bangsamoro, in Mindanao, and in the country in general. We humbly submit this new proposed Bangsamoro Basic Law. This is the best antidote to violent extremism that has wrought havoc in many parts of the Bangsamoro. Once legislated, this new BBL would erase the doubt on the peace process. That mistaken notion, which is fueling violent extremism among some Moros. Mr. President, this Bangsamoro Basic Law is our new formula for the very elusive peace in Mindanao. The recent tragedy in Marawi City can only lead to the isolation and public hatred over the extremists. We believe that what they have done to the people of Marawi City, they did it out of frustration. What our people need is a just and dignified peace. They need the promises of peace that the Bangsamoro Basic Law offers. Once established, the Bangsamoro government would be at the forefront of keeping public order and safety, dispensing justice within the bounds of law, and addressing the basic requisites of a good life long denied to the Bangsamoro. The leadership of the Moro Islamic Liberation Front, as a signatory to the Comprehensive Agreement on the Bangsamoro, and the leadership of the Moro National Liberation Front, as signatory to the Tripoli Agreement and the Peace Agreement, Final Peace Agreement, are committed to the fulfillment of the signed agreements, which practically cover all the legitimate aspirations of the Bangsamoro people. We need the passage of this proposed Bangsamoro Basic Law into law so that we can start rebuilding our lives. We Moros truly believe that in your time and under your leadership, Mr. President, we, your Moro brothers and sisters, as you have publicly declared time and again, would see the dawning of the government in the Bangsamoro homeland, which they truly deserve. On behalf then of the entire Bangsamoro Transition Commission and brilliant commissioners and the Bangsamoro people in general, and on behalf of the leadership of the Moro Islamic Liberation Front and the leadership of the Moro National Liberation Front, and on behalf of the several hundred martyrs, hundreds of thousands of martyrs or Sahid of the Moro struggle, I humbly submit to you, Mr. President, as our brother, as our leader, and as our President, the new proposed Bangsamoro Basic Law. Finally, let me take this great opportunity by expressing to you, Mr. President, a brother to us and our leader on behalf of my family, for appointing me or giving me this opportunity in leading the Bangsamoro Transition Commission as you mandated it to craft a basic law, and again, for the second time also, by giving me your trust and confidence in my leadership when you appoint me as Amiral Hajj of the Filipino, the Muslim pilgrims this year. Thank you very much.
Thank you.